Hello, Sweet Tooth here. Hope your day is going well. Hakuna Matata. Welcome back. Let's play some more Eternal Darkness from the Gamecube.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
I'm actually very close to the end of this playthrough. Zelotown. The darkness comes. Alright, so back to our attempt of summoning Chaturga to deal with Zelotown. Technically, you're supposed to sneak on this part, but I just wanted to show this.
This can't be happening.
I remember, is this something I was supposed to do when this happens? Okay, so it just returns back to normal. Yeah, you're supposed to sneak. If the controller vibrates, you're doing it wrong or you're doing it too fast. This thing is here now. From when Michael sent it there to the trapper dimension. The interesting thing about Alex is that when Edward is going through this, it seems like it's more like Battle Royale, where you gotta battle everything. When she goes through this, it's kind of just like, try to guess what a room is about, kind of thing. With Edward, it was more just fight, fight. I guess it's just mostly trappers more than anything else for your Alex. And the stupid thing. You always gotta put shield on. Magic pool with Manta Rock just makes it so much easier to regain your magic, so that you can keep putting the shield on. About 2 or 3 more, I think. Trying to remember what this was about. I think it's magic attack, unless I'm wrong.
Enter the heart of skeletal heart.
That's it? I wonder if I could cast a manta rock there. I don't remember. More. Almost there. I know, it's like 11 minutes into this. So. A huge stone block etched with bizarre etchings dominates the room. Is it art? A memorial? A tomb of the original inhabitants? Or a bastardized interment of its loathsome conquerors? You know, since I hear trappers, I actually could do this. Well, I could do something. I can actually kill trappers that way. In other words, you don't really have to expend any ammo if you don't want to. Last one. Yeah. You know what? Probably after all that, need a save. I do not feel like doing that again. Like, it's so tedious. It's checking if you got it right. And it's right. Interesting. Yo, dead boy. Yo, dead. Yeah, the place is not really hard with Alex. With Edward, it can be hard, technically. It can technically be hard with Edward because he's not really a fighter, and you gotta fight a lot of things. You can tell when he like uses the elephant gun and it knocks him back, where it's, you know, you only can get like one shot off. This is it. This is the final battle, pretty much the end of the game. And it makes you sad. Hopefully I can remember how to do this fight correctly. Good. That's good.
Ah, Miss Roivas, you're just in time. The summoning spell I began 2,000 years ago is finally complete. You will now have the honor of having the first morsel for my Lady Zelatov. An appetizer for the banquet your race shall provide.
You forget what it means to be human, Pious. The human race will never go quietly into the darkness. For as long as you have spent summoning your lord, people have struggled against you. Now, thanks to their efforts, I have 3 of the Ancient's essences. Now, Pious, this is the end!
The end indeed.
Leave them over here. Run all the way over here. Nope. Okay, my magic is really fucked up. Okay, this should work. Yeah, he's gonna start taking my health. Better.
Enter by Celadon.
Okay. I forgot all about that.
Enter by Celadon. Enter by Celadon.
There we go.
Enter by Celadon. Enter by
How about now? Run, Ravis.
Enter by Celadon. Enter by Celadon.
Alright.
Enter by Celadon.
No, that didn't work. Yeah, Rebecca,
Enter by Celadon.
where you Pius. We're just killing him now. Oh, shotgun doesn't do anything. Good. Let's see if you can reach me in time. Nah, my magic is slow. I was gonna magic attack him. That's okay.
Darkness is not so easily destroyed. No, my death is just the beginning.
What have I done?
Quickly, Alex! We must find this creature! It cannot be allowed to remain in this universe! Oh no, you don't want to do that again? Ah, that's the ticket.
It is finally over, my dear. The Ancients' plans are finished. For now, at least. You have proved to be an incredibly courageous young woman. Your mother and father would have been proud of you, just as I am. I'm sorry it had to be like this. It's not quite the inheritance I had in mind for you, but there was so little time, and so much to do. Goodbye, Alex. I will miss you.
Where emptiness had been, new knowledge now seeped inside. Something happened then. I realized that I was not the only one, that there were many others like me, in other places, other universes, fighting the same fight, all to serve the needs of the great ancient, and to have my world spared from eternal darkness.
And so it comes to pass. Of the three ancients, there is nothing. The mighty Chaturga has obliterated the insanity of Xelotath. The madness of Xelotath has overcome the power of Ulyaoth. The boundless Ulyaoth has decimated the power of Chaturga. All at once, separate and simultaneous. For the universe is made of many time streams, many possibilities, all in harmonious synchronicity. Only Mantarok remains, slowly dying. Mantarok, keeper, overseer, warden of ancients, chaos, an entity trapped between the veils of reality and the enchanted stakes that impale its flesh. Unable to rally its guardians, it could rely only on its subtle manipulations of the Roivas family to destroy its enemies. Knowing the nature of the Ancients, it used its pawns to play them against each other, resulting in their mutual annihilation. Now it will languish forever, festering in its tomb, plotting.
See, now the question is, what is Mantarok gonna do now that the other three ancients are gone and it's not dying anymore? It's plotting. What's it plotting? You have overcome the darkness as revealed for other 2 millennia. Yep. In memory of Ben Dyack, 1920-2000. And that last cutscene is after you play through this 3 times, each one having Pius pick a different ancient. Like this one was Xelotath, you know, another one if he picks Ulyaoth, another one if he picks Chaturga. And at the end, that ancient gets destroyed. Then it shows Mantarok surviving. Gives that one final cutscene. Oh yeah, I also have the autopsies.
Corpses.
The autopsies all um, discovered. The one you can do autopsies with Maximilian Roivus after you knock down an enemy, but before you finish them. The only thing is you got to play through every single time in order to get like the Chaturga zombie, or well, you can get all the zombies, but like the Guardians, I don't think you can get like all the Guardians until you go through all 3 playthroughs, something like that. These are really neat though. I'll show them.
Corpses, lumbering, rotting cadavers. What contrivance could have wrought this abomination? Disease, science, blasphemous occult rituals. How can something so dead, yet be so alive and hungry? They lust for flesh, human flesh, and feast upon all the sweet breads a man has to offer. These wretched creatures, these flayed corpses, wandering, decrepit, soulless vessels, content only to gnaw on human meat, to spill human blood, even headless. Their hate for the living grew in propensity, flailing maniacally in their bloodlust, killing anything close. Neither the embalming salve of their wrappings nor the numbness of death could override the dominating madness that is Xenotarth. Controlled, prodded into an existence by an incessant cacophony of voices, penetrating every level of their psyches, these corpses are coerced into life, ambling, moaning, shrieking. Rotted from within, worried apart by the ravening fish and parasitic fetor of their sunken graves, these drowned zombies emerged, spilling their festering entrails and slopping fluids with each pain-ridden step, each step hoping to bring an end to their pain by spreading it to others.
Yeah, I know. Maximilian. So it shows how crazy you got. The autopsies. They show how crazy he got.
There are worlds beyond this one. Worlds as we've never seen. Nor can we. Our eyes do not open far enough. Try it. Try holding your eyes open. You can try holding them open as much as you want, but you'll never see, never ever see the world beyond the veil. The veil of reality. It's there to protect us from them. The ancients. The darkness, that which we cannot understand. Nor should we. Welcome the oblivion of ignorance, for to have knowledge is to be damned. They are amongst us, I knew they would come after me, for I knew their devices, their depraved methods, creatures wearing human skins as we wear clothes to cover their hideousness from our eyes, so they might consort insidiously with our species, infiltrating, manipulating, playing us against each other. Damn our eyes! We are blind to them, but I knew. Oh, yes, I knew. I knew they were there, plotting behind that door. One has to be careful. One must separate their heads from their bodies. And yes, fire is the key to purge their souls from this earth, sending them whimpering to their masters in the beyond! The devils inside the servants' skulls were trying to kill me. They plotted behind doors locked and barred and planned the downfall of the human race. I took care of the ones around me, stopped their plans. There are others, I'm sure, out there, manipulating us, secreting madness inside our very heads, while our souls are pushed into the corners of our skulls, watching as our hands do tasks that we have no control over. Oh, horrible, horrible things! We must purge them from our midst, kill them all, cut them, burn them. It's the only way. I know. I've done it. It works. They are so close, their stench fills the air. You can smell them, I tell you, somewhere between the spice of vanilla and the bitter sweetness of pustulant rot. Those creatures inhabit the bodies of men and women, exorcising the human soul and replacing it with their own putrid spirits. But they couldn't fool me. No, not at all. I could smell them, you see. They were all around me. Dear God, all around. I knew what I had to do. They had to go. By blade and bullet, I had to get rid of them. Don't you understand? Dear God, I had to do it. Had to. You believe me, don't you? Don't you? A behemoth of hatred incarnate. What manner of creature is that? A ton of flesh and sinew, wielding muscles thick as ropes strung onto claws that could crush stone and sever metal as though it were threshed wheat. Crushing, cutting. The walls shook with each step it took. Oh, the horror! An abomination. Its physiology remarkably abstract. No real organs or anything. It shouldn't work, but it did. And the mouths, those gnashing scythes of teeth. I tell you, it existed only to eat, to consume, to gnaw, to bite, to devour. Eyes? Rot their eyes. Their staring sees through your soul like looking through a window. And the lids, festooned with tiny hook-like teeth that gape and gnash. It doesn't make sense. No anatomy would form like that. But it has. Was it natural? How could it be? O unholy beast, thou must be killed, lest you corrupt my world. Have at thee! Have at thee! They have no eyes, but they can see, I tell you. No eyes. No eyes at all. But you can feel it looking at you. It stares through you like looking through empty air, and you can feel it raking your innards with their touch. The shiver of their senses combing your bowels through empty space. Oh, horribleness! They came from the darkness, chittering spider-like parasites infesting the city Enga. Enga! They killed the city's inhabitants, using them for food, for slaves, for play. In the city's last dark, doomed days, blood filled the waterways, drained upon the streets, a proud, mighty race, now nothing but bloody goblets of meat in the gutters. So it has been for eons. The Guardians, those eternal parasites, still swarm in that necropolis, feeding on those that live in ignorance many miles above us. Damn you, listen to me! They feed on us! The darkness comes. It will consume us all. We must fight them, or all is lost. Oh, gibbering insanity, wrought in flesh as though an artist had sculpted it. Created from nothing by their mistress Zelototh, a canvas as grotesque as any. Their bodies made no sense, no heads, no organs, an empty husk, devoid of the trappings of nature, but it walked, it sang, it shrieked. A mockery of reason, both natural and mental, a blasphemy from beyond the veil. The veil has opened, and we should not see beyond. We weren't meant to, never, ever meant to. Oh, give us the blessing of ignorance, the happiness of oblivion. Innocence can only be tainted, never returned. Deep in those ancient caverns, a great city was lost. Long before we, humans, long before. The proud city of Enga, decadent and trusting, and it was their downfall. When the darkness came, and the Guardians slaughtered them, their existence was but a dying echo, shrieking from violated mouths, resounding within their homes, their tombs. If you stand alone in one of those halls, quietly, ever so quietly, you can hear the cries of the people of Enga. rent apart by the unseen claws of the Guardians, their echoes still linger, as do their souls.
The one thing you'll notice is the vampire is not here. That's because Maximilian never encountered one. It was Edward. And Edward only encountered one. So each one of these cinema scenes like have a different orientation. Like I've already gone through all the Zelatoth ones for this playthrough. Jaturga and Ulioth are there too, and you'll notice whenever you get to a certain point, you'll see it up in the upper right.
Thy presence is long missed, my liege.
The universe is a yawning chasm, filled with emptiness and the puerile meanderings of sentience. Why should you deserve special consideration within it, Augustus, above all else?
I am your servant, my lord. As always, that and nothing more.
Yes, that and nothing more. What revelations do you bring me?
My meditations reveal a flaw in our plan.
Our plan, Augustus? Mantarok is a shadow ebbing in the light of our glory. It and the others are slow, weak, bound by the realm of the universe. Unable to unite to fight a common foe, they will fall one by one. Unfortunately, this is beyond your understanding. The binding of Mantarok will seal their fate as its power over us is diminished. Such an irony that the Keeper itself be imprisoned within the walls of its own magic.
But what of its essence? Is that not the core of its remaining power?
Upon my seeping into the corporeal world, I will be the dominant over all, Mantarok included. Your worries are unfounded. You must turn your attention to Charlemagne the Frank. His continued presence within the world is far more serious to our cause.
As you wish, Master. He will be dead before the week is out. Your presence is long missed, my liege. I feel that my power is weakening from your absence.
Yes, your power flows from me. Without me, you are nothing.
My meditations reveal a flaw in our plan.
There is no flaw. Mantarok and the others move too slowly to counter our preparations. Once Mantarok is bound, its death will be prolonged for 1,000 years. Its fate will assure that the balance of power over the opposing ancients will remain in our favor. And with the Keeper nullified, my power grows stronger still.
And what of its essence?
Mantarok has employed others to defend it. It is of no matter. For the power I will wield upon my return will crush all that oppose me. Enough of this. What of this Charlemagne the Frank? Is he still a concern?
His undoing has been planned in intricate detail. Those most loyal to him will be instrumental in his death. Nothing short of a miracle will keep him alive. And there hasn't been one of those for a long time.
And I've never understood, why are the ancients so concerned with Charlemagne the Frank? That is like the one thing that makes no difference. Like, makes no sense to me. I think this one. Alright, the preparations begin.
My liege, the future is yours. The light in the age of darkness has been extinguished. The pillar of flesh has been constructed. The master of chaos, the keeper of the ancients, is long dead. The planets will be in alignment soon. All is prepared for your arrival. I will begin the final incantation that will bring you into our world within days. The next millennium will truly usher in a new age. Your guardians, now prepare the gate!
Actually, I think on that one he pretty much says the same thing for Chiturga, so I guess it probably doesn't matter. Corrosion of the Dead God. Maybe this one. Maybe this one's like different, like truly different between the three. Other than just like showing like a bone thief or different colors, red, green, or blue. I think this is one.
Soon, the heart will be in our possession, my liege.
Never underestimate the power of Mantarok. Even in death, it corrodes all about itself.
It is unguarded. The presence of the corpse god causes fear in all who come near it. It has torn entire villages asunder and made the region uninhabitable. Only the foolish would venture near it.
Even so, what may be easy to take may be easily taken away.
Fear not. For centuries we have searched for something that was before us all the time. Mantarok's essence never left the city temple, and with it located, we are one step closer to your freedom, Master.
Yes, yes. Make haste.
Our guardians have located the heart, Master. Before the month is out, it shall be ours.
Do not underestimate the power of Mantarok. Warlock. Its power cannot be defined in terms you understand. For 7 centuries, its corpse has corroded your universe.
And during those 7, the denizens of the region have been either destroyed or driven away. There is nothing, no one to stop us from collecting it. Mantarok and its essence lie unprotected in the jungle.
Then waste no more time. Retrieve it immediately. And pray to me that you do. Time is running short. And without me, you are mere flesh and bone. Remember that.
Oh yeah. At the end of that scene with Chiturga, like, it always seemed funny, like Pius's face. Like, he just seems like he's annoyed with Chiturga. Like, stupid lobster. Alright, in the hands of Kali. I think that's the end of 6. The Black Guardian. Yeah, I think the Black Guardian actually shows, like, the Guardian that oversees the church. I already showed the Zelatoth one in the fight with Zelatoth. The Zelatoth Guardian. But there's also the Ulioth and Chaturga one.
I am your master. Your task is to guard the artifact before you. Let no one touch it. I am not your food today. I am your master. Your task is to guard the artifact before you. Let no one touch it.
Alright. And you can pretty much tell that those two kind of just like, the Ulioth Guardian will stomp when you get near, and the lobster one for Chaturga will kind of just like smash you with the claw. So the fight is pretty much what you would think it would be. Like, it's pretty much the same thing. Magic attack until you get close. It's just gonna summon zombies, and when you get close, it'll pretty much just try to stomp or smack you. Heresy revealed. Oh yeah, that's the sacrifice, when you find the custodian was sacrificed. I mean, you could probably watch Paul get killed by each 3 of the guardians. But like I said, like Ulioth will stomp on him, or the Chaturga one will smack it with the claw. The interesting one was Zelatoth, because it makes his head explode. Oh yeah, that's when Kareem meets Roberto. In those scenes, it's kind of just like a different color or a different artifact. Food for the beast. Probably could watch these ones. You know, now that I remember it, the interesting part is that the Zelatoth Guardian is the one that actually talks to you, talks to him. The other ones kind of just like growl. They don't really have any voice to them, which is just a shame. I wonder if Dark Serpents was... I don't know if this one's important or not.
You are not free to leave this plane until you complete a task for me. You are to hunt and kill the master of this house.
Nah. I guess it's not really that important. Like, a significant difference between them. You know, these ones are actually kind of interesting. So maybe go for this one. Death comes to us all. And yet still find it more interesting that the Zelatoth Guardian kind of like crawls on the wall before it does its attack. Like, for some reason, and this is why I picked Zelatoth, because it's a little bit more interesting in dialogue and the way that some of the cinematics happen. Like, there's like little bits and extras that are added to Zelatoth that kind of like spice it up a little bit more than Chattur'gha and Nuliath. It's like repeatedly like that. Chattur'gha and Nuliath kind of like behave similarly. Alright, so I can do a Vision of Victory with Ulyaoth and Chattur'gha.
Master, I am saddened to report the destruction of the Guardian colony at the ruin of Enga.
I am not without eyes, servant. I knew of their loss as it happened. It is not a concern of mine. The Guardians were merely tools to forward the greater cause. Think of them as casualties of war.
But the balance of power has shifted with their loss.
Nonsense! Balance? There has never been balance. If anything, we shall remove all balance. Our plan continues as predicted. I have seen the future, Pius, and it portends a great battle between myself and the great being of matter. Chattur'gha will fall to my superiority. The power of Chattur'gha is useless against me.
Of course, as it was meant to be. The gates will be readied, just the same.
We shall overcome. Be patient, my servant. Be patient.
Master, I bring thee grave news. The colony of Guardians in the ruins of Engar has been decimated. Without them, I fear we are lost.
Your fears are unfounded, servant. This news is irrelevant. I have seen the future that will come to pass. In this vision, I see myself crushing Xenakon, as I was destined to do. My many mouths consume its body from all sides, gnawing at it, until nothing remains. This I've seen. This is what will be.
You would place all our faith in a vision?
Yes. Just as I have placed all my faith in you.
Now, see what it said with Chaturga. You would place all your faith into a vision. And if you've seen at the end cutscene with the where Mantarok still lives and the other three ancients are dead, it said all time is kind of like intertwining simultaneously. They're having visions of the times that they won, ignoring the times that they actually lost. Like, they're only seeing the vision of them winning, which is actually a different timeline that's coinciding simultaneously. It's not actually the vision that's going to happen to them where they actually lose. And this is actually, that vision of their victory is probably the epitome of when they fail. Because they only saw the vision of when they won. They don't see the vision of when they lose. What is a storm rises? Oh yeah, it's Desert Storm. Back to civilization. Gateway to Destiny.
Ah, Miss Roivas, you're just in time. The summoning spell I began 2,000 years ago is finally complete. You will now have the honor of becoming the first morsel for my lord, Ulyaoth. An appetizer for the banquet your race shall provide.
You forget what it means to be human, Pious. The human race will never go quietly into the darkness. For as long as you have spent summoning your lord, people have struggled against you. Now, thanks to their efforts, I have 3 of the Ancients' essences. Now, Pious, this is the end!
The end indeed.
You know, I guess this one was only like included in 3 different variations is because of the mention of the different ancients. It's just the word, one word. The darkness comes, that's probably it. And then go between the ancients and their fights. Oh. This is a losing scene. I think. Now's the epilogue. Alright, so let's watch these. And just out of just so this is like the point in time where all the videos are all at the same time, we're gonna watch Xelatoth as well again. Because it's interesting. And what a liar. He said, I'm going to gnaw on Zelotov with my mini mouse. Triturga, you are a liar. Liar. You didn't do any of that.
I spit at thee. The darkness shall be eternal. Fool! I spit at thee. The darkness shall be eternal! Fool! I spit at thee. The darkness shall be eternal!
Fool, I spit at thee. The darkness shall be eternal. shall be. That's pretty much it. That's Eternal Darkness in a nutshell. Pretty much the whole thing. Unless I like specifically make the 2 other runs. But it's basically the same thing, it's just different monsters, different colors, different names. That's it. Pretty much the same thing. So, I want to thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. I hope you have yourself a good day, and this is Sweet Tooth, signing off. Love you.